I'm Serena Kennedy, Chief Constable of Merseyside Police, and I'm delighted to be supporting International Women's Day 2022. As the first female Chief Constable in Merseyside, I hope that I'm helping to break the bias every day for any women out there who are thinking about a career in policing but are concerned about it being a profession when they can reach their full potential. You absolutely can. Sometimes the toughest bias for us as women to break is the one we have against ourselves. We spend so much energy worrying that we aren't good enough that we let others sail up the ranks past us because they aren't questioning their own ability, they're just getting on with it. Believe in ourselves, go for the opportunities we want, fight that imposter syndrome that so often holds us back. We can reach our full potential in policing. We can reach it in anything when we work to break the bias.
Croeso, Carl Fawkes dwi, Prif Constable Heddlu Godoy of Cymru dwi. Hello, I'm Carl Fawkes, the Chief Constable of North Wales Police. It's a great pleasure to celebrate with you all International Women in Policing Day. I'm the National MPCC He for She lead, and I lead for Diversity, Equality and Inclusion for National Police Chiefs Council. International Women's Day is a great opportunity to celebrate the success of women, celebrate the challenges that women face in our communities and in our workplace on a daily basis, and genuinely make a real difference going forward. So please engage, please think what we can all come and do, and please let's celebrate the success of the fantastic women across both policing and the wider public and private sector.
Hello, I'm Pam Kelly, the Chief Constable of Gwent Police. Delighted to be speaking to you on International Women's Day. And do you know, policing is a bit like a book. And the beginning of my book, in terms of women in policing, meant that only 3% of police officers were indeed female. Now, hasn't that book grown? Hasn't the chapters rolled on? And we are seeing much better representation in policing. However, there's still much to do. And the work that we need to do is about challenging bias, challenging culture, challenging behaviours and challenging thinking. And although we celebrate International Women's Day today, it's those biases that we need to challenge so that the conclusion of the book is one of true representation, not just visible representation, but representation in the way in which we deal with each other equally across the board.
Hello from a hot and sunny South Africa. Governments all over the world pass laws and organizations develop policies to deal with issues such as discrimination and stereotypes. However, we find that people continue to be biased towards others. As we celebrate the International Women's Day this year, I thought I should look at the possible intrinsic factors that might contribute to a person being biased. Someone might be struggling with certain traits and then end up projecting those towards others. For example, if I have a child whose sexual orientation I do not approve of, maybe due to my own fears, my own ignorance, or some unresolved issues, I might unconsciously project those feelings towards a colleague or a client that might be a lesbian or gay. So we find that a person might treat that client or that colleague bad or unfairly without even understanding the reason, or maybe not even being aware. So my message to you is to be conscious of your own fears and shortcomings, deal with them, accept things that you cannot change, and this will help you limit the chances of treating others unfairly as you interact with them because of being biased. I thank you.
International Women's Day has been celebrated for decades, so let's make sure that we all join together today and celebrate the fantastic attributes that women bring in society and into policing. The world today, with violence against women and girls and the terrible atrocities we've seen in other countries, mean that women are treated with bias. So let's ensure every woman in every part of our society and in policing feels that they are valued and included. Let's break the bias.
Hi everyone, I'm talking to you today from West Midlands Police. Sorry I can't be with you. My name's Vanessa Jardine. I'm the Deputy Chief Constable here at West Midlands. And on this International Women's Day, I just wanted to say how great it is to be given the opportunity to speak to you. For those that don't know, I'm a huge supporter of the PSUK women's football team and also the PSUK women's golf, both of which are absolutely fantastic. I read something last night that I don't know whether you know, but women's football is apparently the fastest growing sport in the world at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant to watch, it's brilliant to be part of the PSUK setup. Both sports, as a lot of the PSUK sports, all run on wonderful volunteers. So I hope you have a fantastic day today. It's brilliant to be able to celebrate International Women's Day, and I hope you have a great time.
Hello, my name is Nancy Shackleton. I'm the Assistant Chief Officer at Humberside Police, and today we are celebrating International Women's Day. So for the ladies in the audience, can I say, please continue to be fabulous, to support one another, and let's widen that stage so that we can all succeed together. There is no need to drag one another down. But I want to message also the gentlemen who are in the audience, because I'm recording this on the day before the 1 year anniversary of the Sarah Everard murder, which is a deep and shameful day for the police service. So I have a request to you gentlemen on International Women's Day, and this is to ask that you, instead of being a bystander, you are an upstander. And one of the things I found difficult is when someone has said something that is either a stereotype or potentially discriminatory. It's quite shocking, and it takes me a moment to kind of catch my breath and decide how I'm going to respond. So what I need you to do is, in a big brother way, you don't need to rescue me, but I just need you to ask colleagues, say, what did you mean by that? And maybe point out that, oh, I didn't know whether to interpret it this way or that way, which I think might be easier than challenging someone, which can feel quite confrontational. So if you could be my big brother or my little brother, I would really appreciate that, and enjoy the day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deborah Friedel, the president of the International Association of Women Police, and I'm going to speak to you about breaking bias. I don't believe that we can truly hope to break bias in the policing workplace until women are represented in larger numbers. You've likely heard of critical mass theory that argues that when a minority group reaches a critical group size, generally regarded to be about 34%, the social system crosses a tipping point, which triggers then a cascade of behavior changes that rapidly increases the acceptance of this minority view. What does that mean? Women continue to be represented in such small numbers in policing. We can continue to see daily news stories of social media posts about the first woman to have this assignment, to reach this rank, or to become chief of police. In the United States, for example, women only represent 12% of police officers nationwide. With calls for reimagining policing, we need to be asking, where are the women? How can we hope to have police departments reflective of the communities we serve if there are not more women? How can we hope to have gender-responsive policies and practices within these agencies if women are not at critical mass? These internal policies carry over into the community as well and ensure that policing agencies are equally responsive to both genders. Where is the national leadership on this critical shortfall? As with most things, a small but committed group of women's organizations and their supporters have developed an initiative called 30 by 30, which is designed to see female recruits occupy at least 30% of the recruit classes in the United States by the year 2030. So what can you do? Has your agency signed the 30 by 30 pledge? Keep asking, where are the women? It's the only way we'll see meaningful change. Thank you.
Today's International Women's Day, a day which provides us all with an opportunity to recognise the fantastic contributions that women make every day. We all have our heroines, those who have raised, nurtured, supported and developed us, and those that may even have saved us. At South Wales Police, I have the privilege of working with so many brilliant women, brave, determined women, prepared to do all that they can to keep our communities safe. Today is a chance to recognise their contribution, their strength, their achievements and their sacrifices. To continually challenge inequality and bias the world over. But most importantly, it's a chance for us all to say a great big thank you, because they certainly deserve it.
Stewart, Superintendent in the BTP, and I look after the policing of the London Underground. I'm really passionate about growing a more representative police force. A poignant memory was when I was Inspector in charge at Finsbury Park Police Station. I was the only female officer at the post, and football duties dominated our operational commitments. I was often able to diffuse a crowd of rowdy Tottenham and Arsenal fans through verbal communication, where my male colleagues took a different approach, sometimes elongating conflict. A further highlight within my career was when I worked alongside the BBC in the documentary of Rail Cops. This showed unfiltered female leadership, which was unfamiliar within the police service at the time. As a single parent of 6 children, I have at times felt very challenged and been seen as different, not only within the police service, but equally at the school gates. For some time, this hampered me. I now realise that challenge strengthens resilience, often providing opportunity, and that difference is a good thing. I've been able to provide a diverse perspective to policing challenges, and now as a senior leader, I enrich decision making and influence practices and outcomes. Difference makes us strong.
Поодинці ми сильні, разом ми могутні. Сьогодні в умовах війни Росії проти України девіз Української асоціації представниць правоохоронних органів набув ще більшої актуальності та, дійсно, глибокого сенсу. Український народ сьогодні, як ніколи, є згуртованим. Ми підтримуємо одне одного та разом боремося за нашу спільну мету – мир в Україні. Останні 10 днів країна-агресор Росія щодня, щохвилини посягає на життя українців, на територіальну цілісність нашої суверенної держави. Українські військові, поліція, Національна гвардія, рятувальники, прикордонники, добровольці, медики мужньо тримають удар та гідно дають відсіч ворогу. Підтримка партнерів додає нам неймовірної сили та енергії в боротьбі за свою свободу та незалежність. Ми вдячні міжнародній спільноті, зокрема Міжнародній асоціації жінок-поліцейських, за ту підтримку, яку сьогодні має Україна в цей нелегкий час. Ваша допомога зараз є суттєвий внесок у безпеку та мир у всьому світі. Ми повинні надалі триматися разом у боротьбі за єдину мету – життя та безпеку людей, незалежність та територіальну цілісність України. Коли ми єднаємося та допомагаємо один одному, нам підвладні будь-які виклики. Поодинці ми сильні, разом ми могутні. Слава Україні!